Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening and welcome to Primetime Local News. 3 more people who tested positive for COVID-19 have died in Saskatchewan. The province is reporting 334 new cases of COVID-19, 11 of those are in the Northwest. 2,047 cases are considered active. The Northwest 2 subzone, which is the immediate Lloydminster area, has 5 new cases and 63 active cases. 176 people are in hospital, including 8 in the Northwest. 29 people are in intensive care, with 2 of those in our zone. 278 more people have recovered. The Lloydminster and District Co-op are one of many businesses that have had to change with the COVID-19 pandemic. Connor Chan has more on how the business handled the pandemic and what's ahead for 2021.
Well, joining us is Leanne Hawes, CEO of the Lloydminster and District Co-op. Leanne, give us a sense of how the co-op has handled 2020 from a business side during the pandemic and the challenges that came with it.
So 2020, obviously, with COVID, proved a lot of, we did have a lot of challenges in a lot of different sectors. Certainly our food and pharmacy sectors are very busy, and we made some quick changes there with all of the regulations and protocols that were coming into place. So things, again, immediately, we did the plexiglass barriers, we did the directional arrows, we added staff in with for further sanitization efforts, things like that. So that was a quick change we made right away. In the other sectors, they weren't immune to the economic pressures of oil and gas. So certainly our bulk petroleum, propane, and the gas bar sectors, again, nobody was traveling. So we had to make some changes there as well. It sort of was a bit unbalanced in our organization in that a few of our commodities were very, very busy and some of them were very slow. But we worked our best, I think, with first and foremost to serve the members and to keep everybody safe and healthy.
You mentioned the members there. How have co-op members and the staff handle all the changes that had to be made and continue to be made by health officials?
Yeah, so I mean, our members are amazing. They're kind, they're friendly. They treat our staff with respect, come in and like to see the familiar faces that they see all the time, and even behind the mask, I think they can still feel the smile. And in terms of staff, I mean, our staff has been so resilient, and I'm so thankful, and I'm so lucky to have the team that we have, and constantly trying to rally behind them and give them the supports that they need and the PPE pieces that they need to continue to do their jobs and again service our members safely.
Let's talk about some of the highlights this year. I know one of the big ones was the opening of the North End gas bar, which was a huge one for you guys. But in your eyes, what else has been a big highlight for the company?
Yeah, so we're really excited that we were able to continue that whole project at the North End and get that safely open this year as well. So the numbers have been what we thought they would be, I'm going to say, with the implications of COVID. So again, travel's been down a little bit, but still really happy with it. We've heard a lot of really good things from the members in terms of the location, in terms of the service and the offerings. And then we were happy again to partner with Tim Hortons out there and bring that service as well. So it was really good. A few of the other highlights that we were able to do in 2020 as a result of sort of pivoting our business and quick action wasn't just the North Stop gas bar, which we're really proud of, but also things like curbside delivery for grocery. That was a program we had to put together very quickly. We've also have a program in our pharmacy right now where you can text in your prescriptions. Also, just trying to make those IT infrastructure and get into the digital world of which we obviously are in.
And lastly, Leanne, as an organization, what are some important goals for 2021 for the co-op? And is there anything that the public should keep an eye out for heading into the new year?
So, I mean, I think our goal for 2021 is a few different things. I mean, it's again to keep up with the health and safety of the members and the team. And then secondly, to continue to push value for our membership and listen to our membership and take that feedback to heart and make some changes. So we do have an announcement coming up in January about a program that is going to be a direct result as a member, as from member feedback. So that's important. And then I think in other areas, I'm as a cooperative principle of care and concern for the community, I think we're still looking for ways to get involved in the community and continue to give back. And despite the 2020 slowdown, we did have a lot of opportunities to do that. We were able to still continue with the Spread a Little Love gift campaign this year. And we heard from the seniors care facilities that it was needed more this year than ever. And the 700 gifts that we did give out brought a lot of comfort and connection and joy to those senior citizens. So I'm happy that we were able to do that. We did a fundraising campaign with a Lloyd exhibition. Again, another facility that is really struggling right now with the lack of being able to have the events and things like that. So 2021 will be more of finding community partners and outlets for ways to support.
Well, Leanne, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Now our Connor Chan will take a look at your weather forecast.
All right, thanks a lot there, Jasmine. Looking right now, taking a look here, -1 as we take a look here at our map right now. As we take a look at -1 is what we're sitting at right now. With that added wind chill, it feels a little bit colder. We did have a little bit of a mild day. We're starting to see a little bit of cloud coverage coming in right now. But as we look here at some other areas right now, -1 there in Vermilion, -4 out in Vegreville, 2 degrees out in Edmonton as we look up north there in Cold Lake in Bonnyville, -2 degrees for them with 3 degrees in Lac La Biche, -3 down there in Provost with -4 out in North Battleford, and then -1s also in Maidstone, Meadow Lake, Green Lake, and in Isle of Cross as well. Now, as we take a look here at the satellite radar map, not a whole lot of major activity to report on. Clearer skies kind of coming along the way, but still some cloud coverage coming in as we are going to see that over the next little bit here into the weekend as well. We could see a little bit clearer skies for the most part, including some temperatures kind of in those low minuses, kind of around that -4, -7 range is what we could see for the area here over the next several days. As we look here overnight in North Battleford, -13 is expected overnight tonight, going into tomorrow at -4 with a few clouds there, but mostly sunny throughout the day. Take a look at Cold Lake, -12 overnight with -2 throughout the day tomorrow, and clear skies expected. As of course we saw on the satellite radar map, it's starting to thin out a little bit better there. And as we look here overnight in Lloydminster, -9 is expected there with -2 as well. But we'll see a little bit of clouds, but mostly sunshine for the most part at -2 for our daytime high tomorrow. The wind could feel a little bit more colder with the wind chill. It could feel a little bit more like -10. Now take a look here at the weekend here on Saturday and Sunday. -4 expected on both days here with the same kind of sun and cloud mix ratio here, and the same chance of what the wind chill it will add with -12 for those days as well. We could see some clearer days ahead starting on that Monday, but we'll show that in the 7-day forecast just a little bit later on. We're going to take a quick break right now, but we'll have more primetime local news coming up after this.
Welcome back. The Lloydminster Rescue Squad, like many other organizations, had to adapt to changes due to the pandemic in 2020, including the cancellation of their Sirens and Sapphires Gala. We spoke with the chief of the Rescue Squad for more.
I'm joined here with Norm Namier with the Lloydminster Rescue Squad. And now that we're in 2021, what were some highlights for the Rescue Squad in 2020?
Well, I think some of the highlights for us, we had a lot of calls this year. Again, we're up at 68 calls. Out of those 68 calls, we had roughly 6 water calls, and in those water calls, we had it was more or less drownings, and we were able to be part of the recovery for at least 5 of them. One is still is still missing, and we hope to return to one of the lakes to continue that search here in the spring as soon as the ice leaves the lake.
And what were some of the projects the Rescue Squad was working on last year?
One of the projects was to raise funds for a new boat, and we're $60,000 that has been raised so far. It's a new boat. It's been ordered. It's going to arrive here in probably March, and it's going to have some of the newest equipment that we are able to order, and that equipment will include some of the a new sonar, thermal imaging, and just a platform so that our divers can work off of. And it's just an enclosed boat, so it will be able to go in just about any type of weather. So we're really excited about that. because just going back and looking at the reflection of 2020, a lot of the times we were hampered by poor weather. So with this boat, poor weather is not going to be a major factor in our searches this year.
Is there any projects that you're continuing in 2021?
Some of the projects this year, we hope to have our gala back. That was such a fun time for us, and it was a great event for the whole community, and I think everyone really enjoyed it, and we certainly enjoyed putting it on. So again, this year, our goal is to go back to that gala. We have the band already in place, and we also have our MC in place. We have a few other ideas, I think some fun ideas for that night. So we're really looking forward to having that function again. And that has been in the past 6 years our biggest fundraiser, that just, keeps us going and gets the equipment that we need to do our searches and to do our jobs properly.
And to see the support you usually get with the gala and how you fundraise this year for the new boat, what does that mean to you to see that the community is supporting the rescue?
Well, it's it's so amazing, and I don't know how you put it in words, but we're so grateful. This year we were worried, but somehow the funding still came in, the donation still came in from local, local businesses and individuals. So we're extremely so grateful to them for their donations, because without that, it's really hard for us to continue, especially when we have to buy specialized equipment to do our searches and to keep ahead of the game of especially in technology. So we're really grateful for the community, especially in this year when things have been really tight.
And now that we're entering, the winter and temperatures are starting to get colder, is there any tips that you want to remind residents?
Well, I think again with winter driving, just make sure your vehicles are properly maintained. You have a good battery. Your tires are good. They're winter tires. A snow brush, I think, is very important. We see so many times that people don't clear off their back windows. And you know what? I think we'd be safe to say that we have a lot of snow brushes here as promotional items. So if anyone needs one, we would be more than willing to gladly give those out to anyone who would request one of them. So and just let people know when you're traveling, where you're going, what your time frame you're expected to be there. And when you listen to the radio, to newscasts, to the media, when there's a snowstorm coming or inclement weather, don't travel, pay attention. I know sometimes they're wrong, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
And if anyone is looking for ways to help the rescue squad, what can they do?
Well, I think this year we've got 3 more members or possible members coming on, new applicants. So we're really excited for that also, that we can raise our membership. And I think at that point we'll be full again. The other thing too is, again, this year, with the COVID restrictions and that, we've really had to change our thinking. But if people want to donate still, tax receipts are readily available. So we would encourage that. And just the other thing with, one of the things that has affected us with this COVID pandemic also is affects our training. It affects our ability to socialize with each other and debrief after calls. It also affects how we respond to calls. So instead of taking one vehicle, now we might take 2 or 3 vehicles, so we can just keep that safe distance from each other. So it's been a challenging year, but we're looking forward to a new year. So hopefully this thing will go away.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Norm.
Thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Welcome back. Alberta Beef Producers is promising a better connection with producers in 2021. And the first step of that plan is prepared to launch very soon. The new ABP magazine will be available in the coming weeks, and Eric Bay has more.
The new magazine is part of a revamped presence for Alberta beef producers aimed at better informing its producers. Along with the magazine, ABP is planning to retool its website to elevate its communication methods.
ABP is really excited to be launching a new magazine. This opportunity will hopefully allow for the organization to connect more consistently with our producers across the province.
The online portion of ABP's new platform was designed to be easily accessible for producers and will be available in an app.
So it is a part of a larger communications program that we're launching with Alberta beef producers that will also include a platform that people will be able to view on their desktop or their computer, as well as within an app.
Planning has been in the works for much of the past year, and members of Alberta beef producers are excited to unveil the magazine.
We're ramping up to be involved more with our producers, making sure that they know exactly what their organization is doing and where their checkoff dollars are being spent. So I think 2021 is going to be a very exciting year for ABP.
Magazines will reach producers' mailboxes in early February, with the second issue following in the spring. Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
Mount Joy Snow Resort is open for business, with last Saturday being the first day of skiing on the hill. Evan Kenny has more with Mount Joy president.
I'm pleased to be joined now by the president of the Mount Joy Ski Resort, Chris Boak. Chris, thank you for taking this time. Chris, we're just going to chat today a little bit about how the start of the season has been for the hill. And I guess on that note, last weekend was the first weekend for the hill. How did it go?
Yeah, so it looks like everything is working. It looks like everything is working really well. We were expecting a higher than normal capacity out at the hill this year, and we got every bit of it. The hard work that everybody put into the preparation for the season itself is hopefully been showing with our patrons out at the hill. Saturday we had over 100 people. Sunday we had over 100 people. Record amounts of rentals going out as well. It seemed like it was really smooth. Onboarding our new POS system has definitely posed some challenges, but it seems like people are good with working with us. So it's been really good, and it's really comes down to all the work that all the volunteers have been putting into it. It's been great.
Now, Chris, during the summer, we saw a lot of different people getting into golf, and earlier this winter, lots of people were getting into cross-country skiing, different things like that. Have you seen similar things for downhill skiing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we've been seeing, and that's kind of why we prepared the way that we did. We seen bicycle sales going through the roof, like you said, golf. A lot of these outdoor activities, and we fit right in with that. People sitting at home in the depths of winter, we know that people want to get out. So if we can help them get out, get their mind off what the world situation is right now, that's definitely our main focus.
And now the end of December and so far in this new year, it's been quite warm weather. How has this affected the conditions for Mount Joy?
The conditions are actually amazing, Evan. This year, our snowmakers and our snowmaking crew have really thrown down, probably made the best snow that we've ever made out at Mount Joy. With the addition of the risers, like we talked about last time, we're getting more areas on the go. We had a little bit of breakdown with one of our pumping systems. We'll be back up and running here actually tomorrow, I believe, as long as the weather holds out. But we are making a very hearty snow with the warm weather on Saturday and Sunday. We didn't really lose a whole lot either. So great job to them.
Now, Chris, last time we chatted, we talked about the possibility of having some of those fun events that we did see last year. First thing that came to my mind was the night ski that we saw last year. Has anything changed along those lines?
So there's still not a date set, but we are planning on doing a 2-night skiing sessions this year, probably a Friday night and a Saturday night backed up to each other, and feel it out and see if people want more of that. But it seems like the consensus is, yeah, people really enjoyed themselves last time. If we put it together again this year, we'll do 2 nights and really make it worth it.
And I know personally, I was at that night ski last year, and it was a blast, just a totally different atmosphere than your average ski event.
Yeah, definitely. It's a totally different vibe, totally different feel. I grew up with that kind of activity, so I remember great memories from it, and be able to offer that to other people around here, it's a really good thing.
Now, Chris, from now on, the hill will be open on Saturdays and Sundays. What can people expect when they show up to the hill?
So we're back open Saturdays and Sundays. Right now for the 9th and the 10th, we're sold out. So it's if you want tickets at the Hill, you got to get online. You got to get them early. With our rentals right now, to ease the congestion with our rental lineups, we have what's called a virtual lineup or a rental shop reservation booking, just so people can expect that at 11 o'clock they can pick up their stuff. We don't want people really showing up at 10 and standing up in line until 11:30. At least if they have that pre-expectation that it's going to be so many, it's going to take this long, then they can get ran through the rental shop a little bit easier.
And I'm glad you did kind of touch on it in that last answer there. Everything will be online from bookings to rentals this year.
Absolutely. Mountjoy.ca. Go there. You can buy your passes. You can book your rentals. You can buy your rentals. You can do all those different things. One thing that I did want to touch on is that we are paperless at the Hill. So we're not taking cash this year. It's Visa debit only is kind of how we're doing it out there.
Chris, thank you very much for taking this time. This was the president of Mount Joy, Chris Bogue.
Now we're Connor Chan. We'll take a look at your weather forecast.
All right, thanks a lot, Jasmine. Looking right now, still sitting around that -1 mark right now. It's a little bit colder in some places out west here, mainly in Red Deer at -8 right now. We see a little bit warmer spots in Edson and Rocky Mountain House at 0, and then a little bit warmer in Athabasca and Jasper sitting at that 1 degree. -1 we see there also in Whitecourt, as well as 1 degree in Edmonton right now. -2 up in Cold Lake. Taking a look there, North Battleford, -4 degrees right now. -5 in Saskatoon, -6 in Melfort with -2 degrees in Prince Albert, and then -1 in Meadow Lake. Taking a look up north, it's a little bit warmer than it normally is. We see some zeros across the board here in La Loche, Buffalo Narrows, and in La Ronge. -1 degree in Flin Flon, -3 in South End, -2 for Walston Lake, and then a little bit cooler up in the far north areas there in Uranium City at -6. Then we see Stony Rapids there at -9. Now as we take a look here at northern Alberta, -5 for Grand Prairie, -4 we see in both Peace River and in High Level as well. -1 for Fort Chipewyan, 2 degrees in Fort McMurray right now with -2 degrees in Slave Lake. Now as we take a look here into southern Alberta, still those mid-positive temperatures there as we see 5 degrees in Lethbridge, 4 degrees in Medicine Hat, 2 in Calgary, -4 there for Banff, and then -5 up in Coronation there. 0 degrees in Swift Current as we shift over to southern Saskatchewan, -2 in both Moose Jaw, Regina, and in Yorkton as well, -1 in Estevan, and then we see -3 degrees currently in Kindersley. Now as we take a look here at the rest of the country here, as my thing kind of slowly starts to kind of get on track here, there is a little bit of cloud coverage continuing on as we've seen over the last little bit here. That's been the trend that we see, and we could continue to see over the next little bit here, but we are going to see a little bit of mild temperatures, nothing too crazy. Of course, it has been very warm for January as we are trying to get that map here just to show a little bit on what I mean with how mild it's been for the month of January there. I think we are going to, there we go. So our map finally shows up there. We see -2 in Winnipeg with some cloud coverage, -3 in Toronto, -5 in Quebec City, a little bit clear into the evening, 6 degrees in St. John's with some showers. Clear skies in Edmonton there, and 8 degrees in Vancouver with -17 up in Yellowknife. So here's a look at what we could see for tomorrow. -2 is expected. It's a little bit, just maybe 1 degree colder than it was today. -2 in Vermilion, Lloydminster, Marwayne, and Maidstone as well. -2 in Pearceland and Cold Lake. -3 in Bonnyville. We'll see -3 degrees also out in Edmonton, and then 0 we'll see there in Provost, and -4 in North Battleford. Now taking a look here at the next 7 days, -4 is expected here on Saturday and Sunday with a little bit more cloud coverage throughout there. 0 degrees on Monday. We'll start to get some warmer temperatures there, as we can start to see there. 2 degrees on Tuesday with some cloud coverage continuing over that period there. 3 degrees expected there on Wednesday as well as on Thursday, where it could be some icy conditions and possibly some rain and snow mix there with a 57% chance of that happening. That is a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the break.
Now we will be taking a look at your pet pad pictures. Thank you to everyone who submitted a picture to our Facebook page, and we will be giving away a pet pad gift card tomorrow.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Going here again today with Charlotte Wasilic from Chatsworth Farm near Vermilion. Thanks again, Charlotte, for taking some time to talk with me today.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a pleasure.
So first of all, I just wanted to talk a little bit about and see how things were over the holidays at Chatsworth Farm.
They went very well. They were definitely different for us as well as they were for many others. But we, of course, had our daily farm chores, so that keeps us quite grounded and close to home regardless of the year. So we're always around feeding the animals. And we had a nice small meal, so we got to enjoy some of our own beef, which we haven't had a chance to really enjoy because they have been flying out of the freezers. So that was really nice, and just spend time with family and enjoy the nice weather too.
So after Christmas, I saw a post by Chatsworth Farms on Facebook that you guys are accepting people's Christmas trees or wreaths, the live ones. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, so you might be able to see that I am out here with the sheep in the background with me right now. So after you have decided that you're done with your Christmas tree and it's a live one, or same with wreaths, you can bring them down to the farm, make sure they're undecorated and they're free of any additional like spray snow, or if you were giving them Miracle Grow in the water, we won't give those to the sheep. But if it's fairly untouched, we will just drop them in the pen for the sheep and they will go to town and eat the needles and eat the bark because it's really good for their health. It also helps to prevent any parasites, as well as it's full of really good minerals and nutrients for them too. So, and they just love the extra snack, something a little different than their everyday hay.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute when I saw the pictures and thought that would be great for people instead of, just throwing it in the trash. For people who are interested in that, should they call the farm and let you guys know that they're thinking of donating that?
Yeah, so you can call the farm, or you can send us a message on Facebook or send us an email, and we'll give you the directions and you can come out, drop off your tree and see the sheep and some of the other animals as well.
So we talked before about the virtual tours that you guys put on. Early, you guys started doing them in March, and you guys are still continuing them on. Can you just tell me a little bit about how they've been going, and then for people who are interested, how they're able to take part?
Well, we started the tours almost a year ago now, which seems quite crazy, but we started doing virtual farm tours through Facebook Live every couple of days. And then that went on throughout the summer and now again into the winter. And I've also been doing quite a few private tours for any organizations that are hosting camps for kids or any local school groups. So them just wanting something a little bit more personalized so their students or their kids can ask questions. And it's been going really well. We are doing tours. We've done tours for groups from Scotland, from South Carolina, local ones here, including our Vermilion Elementary School. Oh, and I have one of my cats here. He came to join me. So it's been really fun, and definitely one of the crowd favorites are the cats. And I think it's just a fun way to put smile on people's faces, no matter if you're 2 years old or if you're 92. So the tours have been a really fun way to share the farm with everyone when they can't come and physically visit.
And I think it's also super interesting, since you've almost been doing them for a year now. People who've been following along can kind of see the whole year's progress and how things change from your day-to-day life on the farm through the season.
Oh, yes. That's a great point, and that's something that I think is really important to share, is that they will see the animals in different ways and in different pens, and the progression of the farm throughout the year.
So Chatsworth Farm also sells beef and lamb. Can you just tell me a little bit about, if people are interested in that, how they're able to purchase and what the kind of the process is?
So we sell directly from the farm gate. So that means that we process all of our meat at local abattoirs, provincially inspected facilities, and then we bring it home to our garage, and we are able to sell meat directly from our farm gate to you, or we can deliver it to Vermilion, and we do deliveries to Edmonton as well. So all you have to do is look on our website and see if there's anything that interests you, and there is no minimum order. So you can buy as little as 2 pounds of ground beef as you want, or if you really want to stock up your freezers, you can purchase a whole beef. So that usually lasts a family a really long time, and a lot of people don't always have space for that. But what you can do is you can split that, or you can share it with a friend or a family member. So it makes it a very convenient and easy way to just looking for something for supper, go out to your freezer and grab some steaks or a roast, and it's right there.
And also for people who are interested in this, there's a little bit of a kind of a wait that they'll have to do before they'll actually get it, right?
So with last year and everyone looking to buy locally and support local farmers, the boom in getting animals processed at those abattoirs has been exponential. So usually wait times to get a beef or a lamb processed is about 4 to 6 months. So it's not going to be as quick and easy as going to the grocery store and just getting it, but you know you're getting a real quality product. And as long as you book a couple of months in advance, you'll be able to get something fairly soon.
And how would people go about making that purchase?
So all you have to do is send us a message on Facebook or through our email, and we can send you all the details. And one thing that's great about ordering in bulk, so either a whole or half or a quarter beef or a lamb, is that you get to decide what cuts you want. So say you really like roasts and it's wintertime, so you can make sure that you get more roasts than steaks. Or if we're going into the summer and you really love T-bone steaks, you can have that as one of your main cuts. So it can be cut specifically to what your wants and needs are.
Well, Charlotte, thanks again for taking some time to talk with me. It's always great to speak with you and find out what things are going on at the farm.
Local artist Danielle Vachon. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So how long have you been painting for exactly?
I would say, well, I think I'm coming on I'm 8 years, going on 9 years of full-time artist.
And since you started with passion, how was it like continuing doing your artwork during this global pandemic? What all did you have to change?
Being that the last 2 years we've been doing northern travels during the winter, we haven't been able to do that, to go visit small communities. And with artwork, it's always been a home-based time frame for me anyhow, but it just has changed when my work was in different places. No one was able to go view it. So I had, all my work come home, and then we also had a grand opening of the upper level gallery in Vermilion open up. And with that, we were able to get all of our artwork and stuff and woodworking into there, and they've stayed open and been able to really help out the small businesses and crafters, I guess. And it's absolutely packed in there. So it's kind of amazing how much people had kind of sitting around in their homes to showcase, but what weren't able to or didn't have a place that was, I guess, open to public throughout this pandemic.
And are there specific plans you have for your work in the new year?
Right now I'm 8 months pregnant. So I'm hoping to carry on as much as I have been able to. I'm still working up to this day. I just got another big 3-piece commission this past week and just finished like an 11-foot commission. So with my back and just all of the pregnancy stuff, I'm just hoping to be able to continue on and just kind of keep painting mostly. We'll see how it goes.
And how has support been from the community with your artwork in previous years and throughout 2020?
I've had so much support with kind of anything that I've done we've done fundraisers for like the Thorpe Center with the casino. We've done youth center work. Anything I kind of come up with to bring the community together in an art form or an art scene to help. It's been like everyone is so willing to help out or so willing to come join us or share my passion and share my visions on how to help our community and bring art. Having art bring us all together is one, I guess I should say.
And your Art Inspirations Facebook page has also received lots of support from what I've seen.
Yes, yeah. It's always been very good. I'm like always counting my blessings on how well my work is received and what I do.
And can you expand a bit more on what like places for residents can come and admire your work, and for who may want to come and even purchase paintings as well?
Right now we have upper level galleries in Vermilion. So I have a huge wall there. We did have quite a few move over the Christmas season and into the new year. So I have majority of my work there, and then I do have some at home here still, which I have to get transported there with maybe vehicles I don't have right now, or it's just kind of hard to move large art in the winter time. So just trying to keep that full. So if anyone wants to go view my work or any other artist's work, it is absolutely gorgeous there for right now. During the pandemic, we're able to stay open. So.
And is there anything else you want to add for residents to know about?
Oh, I just think I would just like to say that I hope everyone keeps creating through these times, because mental health is so important. We're not able to go out and kind of share how to teach or how to, bring people together with artwork so much now that we have restrictions. So I'm hoping that if anyone does need help, where to showcase their work, I can help with that, or reach out to me if you're painting and you want, some help or anything like that. I'm always available to do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today, Danielle.
Thank you.
All right, taking one last look here at your weather forecast. -2 here for Friday, -4 heading into the weekend. We're going to start to warm up gradually here, starting on Monday with some cloud coverage amongst us there, with 0 degrees there on Monday, 2 degrees we'll see on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, and then 3 once again on Thursday. We'll start to get warmer in the mornings as well, as you see our lows start to drop consistently there, starting on that Tuesday, going up to -4 on that Thursday. There's a possibility of that rain-snow mix that could lead to some icy conditions there for Thursday. As we take a look at our averages, the month of January has been a little bit all over the place, as we've been much warmer than expected, because normally we average -10 as our daytime high and -19 as our daytime lows.
Thank you for joining us on Primetime Local News. Have a great night.